I was in a state of shock. But the minute I remembered, she said, I hit him, I hit him, I hit him. I called Officer Lank.
This judge belongs in jail for her crimes against Karen Reed. She got her tooth fixed. She did her hair. She fixed her teeth. She got a tan.
We're going to end this now.
Your Honor, may I have one more question?
Go ahead.
I can't end it like this.
Okay, jurors, ignore the comments of counsel.
You said that she said, could I have hit him? Did I hit him? In the presence of a female EMT. That's what you testified to under oath at the grand jury, isn't it?
Yes, because she also said
yes,
that.
yes. That's it. That's all we need to know. Wow. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't call her a woman. She is a monster. She is a mastermind behind the cover-up of John O'Keefe's murder. Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to Buckle Up, It's the Law, folks. We today are going to be doing the all-coveted, all-waited, all-waiting, almighty cross-examination of Jennifer McCabe. Now, Jennifer McCabe is still on the witness stand in cross-examination by Alan Jackson. It is Friday, May 2nd, as this is being recorded, and she is still being cross-examined. It is one of the longest, as anticipated. This is no surprise. Nobody is like going, oh, be still my heart. Why is she on the stand for so long? That's because she has a lot of lies that she needs to answer for. And that's why she's been on the witness stand for at least, I believe, 3 days now. We didn't have court Thursday, May 1st, because it was law day, as I've come to find out. We had court. I don't know why Massachusetts decided not to have court, but whatever. Not my business. So, Jennifer McCabe, we're going to have at least 3 videos for sure, possibly 4, and then we could always get more. I'm just trying to keep it as condensed and concise as possible because, again, I mean, I could theoretically turn her testimony into a month-long series. I don't know if you all want me to do that. Let me know in the comments below if you do. The only problem is I wouldn't be able to, like, post pretty much anything else. It would just be Jennifer McCabe every day, and I think that would, maybe it would be interesting to some folks, but let me know in the comments below. If it gets liked enough, I will do a full Jennifer McCabe series like we did in the first trial. I will literally do 20 minute by 20 minute by 20 minute by 20 minute, maybe 30 minutes up to videos, and because her cross-examination is like 8 hours long, like I said, it is going to take some time. I can definitely turn it into a 30, 40, or even 50 episode series, very possibly, again, because there's so much that she has to answer for. Her testimony, folks, I was listening to it earlier today on cross-examination on Friday, May 2nd in the morning, for those of you who've been listening to that. She's just unraveling. She's just unraveling. She's looking at the jury like, you guys believe me, right? Oh my God, woman, like, nobody believes you. Nobody. You don't believe you. How can we believe you? Every time Alan Jackson, like, tripped her up, we'll get to that point, obviously. I still am working on extracting that content. Like I said, there are going to be a minimum 4 condensed Jenn McCabe videos. Minimum. Today, we're going to do Jenn McCabe versus Alan Jackson. It is about a 9-minute clip that my editor has spliced together of basically her going up against Jackson, like the head-to-head. This is the headbutting from a few days ago. For those of you just joining us who are like, what is this about? What is this trial? I know nothing about it. Let me tell you, folks, for those of you who are brand new to this case, brand new to this channel, and brand new to this content, let me tell you, you came at the right time, to the right place, to the right video. This is as hot as it gets. Short of disgraced former Trooper Proctor, who is going to be coming up later at some point. That's going to be another, that one I'll probably break down the series for sure on cross-examination, but we're not there yet. So for now, we get to deal with Proctor's number 2, Jennifer McCabe. So if you want like a hierarchy of people, let me give you the top 10 people in this trial, okay? Number 1 is former disgraced Trooper Michael Proctor, okay? Number 2 is Jennifer McCabe. Number 3 is Brian Albert. Then you have Brian Higgins, Matthew McCabe, Albert's wife, and then you have Buchanan, Trooper Paul, Guarino, Ali, and Colin, essentially. And then maybe you can, for good measure, you can throw Tully in there. So you got the 12. You got those 12 players. Everyone else is kind of secondary. So anytime you see those names, Proctor, McCabe, Albert, Tully, Guarino, which we already premiered, we already did Guarino, or Paul, basically when you see those 6 names, pay attention. Those are the creme de la creme. Those are the master actors in this trial. And at the top of the food chain, the top 3 people that you need to watch out for are former disgraced Trooper Proctor, Jennifer McCabe, and Brian Albert. Those are the 3. Why? Because Brian Albert is the main killer of John O'Keefe. Jennifer McCabe is the main mastermind behind covering it up on the lay side. And disgraced former Trooper Proctor is the lead investigator who helped orchestrate it all in Canton PD. That's it. Those are the 3 main actors. Everyone else is kind of, obviously feeding onto themselves. It's like a snake eating its own tail, like an Ouroboros, for those of you who know what I'm talking about, if you like mythical creatures. But essentially, that's the story. That's the TLDR I can give you. And without further ado, I give you Alan Jackson versus Jennifer McCabe. Let's go.
While you were at the scene, after Miss Reed had been giving CPR, Sean Good interviewed you, correct?
I don't remember a formal interview with Sean Good.
Do you remember talking to him?
When he arrived at the scene, I do remember briefly talking to him after all 3 of us gave John CPR.
And he asked you certain questions about what you'd seen, what you'd heard, what had happened, correct?
I have to tell you that I remember seeing him there and I remember talking to him, but I do not remember specifics of any conversation or any questions that he asked me.
Do you remember him asking?
Okay, so hold on. Right out of the gate, this woman is like, I don't remember anything. Don't ask me any questions. I don't recall any information. I don't know anything. Stop asking. I haven't even asked the question yet, lady. Alan Jackson is probably thinking. You could see he kind of went back for a second. He was like, what? All right, let's keep watching.
You about any initial calls you had, and you telling him about that 4:53 call and the early morning calls thereafter, the initial calls before you met up with Miss Reed.
I don't recall.
Did you tell Sergeant Good, by the way, he was a sergeant at the time. Sean Good was a sergeant, not an officer.
I'm not sure.
Okay. By the way, you knew Sergeant Good, did you not?
I didn't know him. I knew of him, like I knew his name, but that was it.
How'd you know of him before that day?
Because his sister is a year or 2 younger than me, and I knew she had a brother that was younger, that was a cancer.
Well, she got her tooth fixed. She did her hair. She fixed her teeth. She got a tan. I wonder if it's a fake tan or a real tan. Did she go to Punta Cana or the Bahamas? Or where was that one place, chat? Let me know in the comments below. Remind me, what was the place that everybody, we just got back from, I forget where it was. Help me out, chat. What was it? I can't remember. But anyway, I wonder, she is definitely trying to look better and less skeletal, but if you scrape away the makeup, you remove the new hairdo. She just got a haircut literally 3 days ago. You can tell. This is a fresh haircut. She got her hair did, she got her hair dyed, she got her eyebrows done, she got her makeup on, she's got her lipstick, she fixed her tooth, she is probably wearing a cross underneath or maybe a pentagram. I don't know with this woman. Either one is possible, or an upside down cross. She's trying to look as good as she can. I don't think it's working. She whitened her teeth. Her teeth are whitened as well. She looks completely, she's trying to look as normal and human and non-skeletal as possible, and she's still failing. That's how bad it is. Like, wow. Everything that went wrong in trial number 1, she studied it, she learned it, she fixed it, and she's trying to look her best. Not gonna save you, lady, but it is what it is.
And Cobb just flew the town, but I didn't know him.
Okay, friendly but not friends.
I wouldn't even say I was friendly with him.
Okay. You actually told Sergeant Good at the time, when he asked about those first phone calls, that when Miss Reed called you, she was inquiring about John's whereabouts, correct?
Again, I don't recall my conversations with Sean Good.
You certainly never mentioned to Sergeant Good the incessant screaming and hysteria that you've described here in court.
Objection.
Did you ever mention
You're
anything
saying-
about an argument or a fight to Sean Good?
Objection.
Sustained.
I have to go through the series of machinations. I don't know what she remembers and doesn't.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Did you mention anything about a cracked taillight to Sergeant Good?
Objection.
Sustained.
Do you have no memory at all about what you talked to Sergeant Good about?
There were many officers there,
Right.
and like I said, I know I talked to Sergeant Good, but I do not remember the specifics of my conversation during that chaotic scene.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Let me ask a different question. There were many officers there, and many officers were asking you questions, correct?
Correct.
Did you tell any officer?
Wait,
Well,
hold on. She called it a chaotic scene. She called it a chaotic scene. If you remember in trial number 1, Karen was the one running around frantic. Jennifer McCabe was cool as a cucumber. So calling it a chaotic scene is also new. She did not say that in trial number 1. She did not refer to this scene as chaotic. She did say it was maybe a little hectic, but chaotic? That's new. And this is her defense mechanism against the simple fact, the very simple fact that she knows Jackson is going to go after her in every way, shape, and form possible, because now she's locked in from trial number 1. There is no escape for Jenn. None whatsoever. And he's going to keep her in that seat. Jackson will keep her in that seat as long as he possibly can to get every single tiny little thing out of her. Why? Because she's a key witness. Remember, I told you the top 3 are Proctor, Jennifer McCabe, and Brian Albert. Everyone else is also involved in that list of 12, but those are the top 3 of those 12 that are the top 12 of the entire trial. You with me? Okay, good. Now, don't forget to subscribe.
At the scene, that during those first few phone calls, first couple of phone calls with Miss Reed, that there was incessant screaming and hysteria.
Again, there were many officers asking me questions. Most of them were regarding who John was, if he had medical issues or concerns, things like that.
Right.
It was a chaotic scene. I don't remember any specific questions about phone calls. I
Lies.
apologize.
Lies.
You did tell at least one officer about the initial phone call that you received indicating that John may be missing, correct?
I possibly said I got a phone call and that's why I'm here. We all came out to look for him.
I wonder if on direct examination her memory was so much better than it is, because all of these people seem to suffer from cross-examnesia, guys. I don't know if you ever heard it. Cross-examnesia is a made-up term. It's the cross between cross-examination and amnesia. Cross-examnesia in one phrase. That's when on direct examination, they remember everything with clarity. And then all of a sudden, when the defense attorney gets up there on cross-examination, they develop a sudden case of amnesia. Oh, I don't remember that. No, I don't recall. No, I'm not sure. I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't have that information. No, I didn't bring that with me. No, I don't know. I don't know. That's cross-examnesia, and she is suffering from a heavy case of cross-examnesia.
I apologize for not remembering specifics.
Did you tell any officer at the scene anything about an argument or fighting that Miss Reed said occurred on that first couple of phone calls?
Again, the conversations were very brief and they were with a lot of different officers. There wasn't
yes or no?
in-depth conversations.
Yes or no?
Let her answer the question.
Do you recall? That is a yes or no question. Do you recall telling
The hard swallow. It's a yes or no. Do you recall? Yes or no? Notice, we've been on this one question for 3.5 minutes. 3.5 minutes. Jennifer McCabe, yes or no? Jennifer McCabe, yes or no? Jennifer McCabe, yes or no? She's like, oh my God, he's not letting me go. He's not letting me go. What do I do? Process, think. You can see her gears grinding. She has got that blank stare. She's inside of her head. She's not looking at Jackson. She is staring blankly out into space. Meanwhile, she's processing, how am I going to answer that? I know that look. I've seen that look a million times. You guys know that look. You know what I'm talking about. It's that empty space look because she is focused on how the hell am I going to answer this question? And the hard swallow is the stress. She's just trying to calm herself down.
Officer about a conversation in the initial couple of phone calls that you had with Miss Reed about fighting or being in an argument. Do you recall that?
I cannot answer yes or no.
Well, you either do or you don't. If you don't,
I said
just say
there
you
was
don't.
many different conversations. I am not sure.
So you don't recall.
I'm not sure on specific conversations about that. I apologize.
Is there a reason why you're not telling us that you simply don't recall making that statement?
Sustained.
Do you recall telling any officer about a cracked taillight that came up in one of those first 2 phone calls?
At the scene?
At the scene.
Again, I think all the conversations were about what was happening in the present time.
And literally, this was a couple of hours after this incident, correct? When everything was freshest in your mind.
These conversations were at the scene when Miss Reed was running around screaming.
Were you also interviewed by Officer
Oh,
Mullaney?
so there it is. Ms. Reed is running around screaming, "I'm cool as a cucumber." That's an admission right there. Even though there's death and mayhem, as the Joker said in The Dark Knight, nobody panics if things go according to plan. There's a dead body. Well, it's going according to plan. That's why I'm not panicking. Ms. Reed is the only one on the outside of all this information, and she's freaking the hell out because she has no idea what happened. She has no idea what's going on. Everybody else is like, "Oh, dead body. Oh my goodness. Wow. How did that get there? I should call 911. Hello? Yeah, I have a dead body on the lawn. Can you guys come get it? It's starting to stink the place up a little. Uh-huh. Okay, cool. Thank you very much. Bye." Ugh. Abhorrent.
Again, there were many officers there that I spoke to.
Ms. McCabe, do you understand my question? Did you understand the last question I asked you?
If I spoke to an officer, Mullaney?
Correct.
Again, I could have. I am not sure. I don't remember every officer. It was a chaotic scene. I had just found my friend on the ground.
So the answer is, I don't remember. Correct?
I don't remember speaking to him. No, sorry.
Later that morning, you did have a conversation with Officer Lank that you actually do remember, correct?
Yes, correct.
What you told Officer Lank, or Sergeant Lank, was that you received a phone call from Kaylee's phone and that Karen Reed was distraught because John never came home, correct?
I told him she was, I don't remember the exact words, but I told him something like she was hysterical and screaming and said John never came home.
You never mentioned that she said anything about a fight during that initial phone call, correct?
Again, I'm not sure what exactly was said during.
By the way, Jennifer McCabe is definitely going to need an attorney after all this is over. And you know who's a good attorney? We are. 1-844-774-HURT. If you've been injured anywhere in this country, give us a call. I'm happy to help you out. Anyway, let's get back to the video.
Phone call.
You never mentioned that she said something about a cracked taillight in that initial phone call or those two phone calls, correct?
Are these phone calls with who? Who are these phone calls? Who am I speaking to
The
at this
initial
point?
phone calls.
See how she has to clarify who are these phone calls with, because I need to make sure that the timeline, the sacred timeline, I swear, this is like, I'm getting flashbacks over to Marvel Cinematic Universe. The sacred timeline. The sacred timeline. In my sacred timeline, who are these conversations with so I can place it in my timeline of lies, the sacred timeline of how we killed John O'Keefe. I need to make sure I have it. So tell me exactly, Mr. Jackson. She tries to lead the narrative. She has to be in control. She did that in the first trial over and over and over again. She did that in the first trial relentlessly, and Jackson had to keep putting her in her place. I'm asking the questions here. Let me ask the questions. I'm asking the questions. Let's see if Jackson does it in this trial. I haven't seen this part yet.
With Miss Reed.
Yes.
You never mentioned to Officer Lank, or Sergeant Lank, that Miss Reed mentioned anything about a fight or an argument, correct?
I don't remember.
You never mentioned anything about Miss Reed saying anything about a cracked taillight in one of those two initial phone calls, correct?
Again, I don't remember all the things that I told Officer Lang.
And you
Like I said, the cross-examination is strong with this one.
certainly never mentioned that Miss Reed said anything about could I have hit him during either of those initial phone calls, correct?
Again, I don't remember my specific conversation with Officer Lang.
So you don't remember the conversation that you had with Officer Lank when it was the clear light of day. You had had a chance to take a beat and a breath, catch your breath, because it's now 11:30, 11 o'clock in the morning. You don't remember anything about that conversation. But according to your testimony, you remember in detail what my client said, waking you out of a dead sleep, correct?
So I didn't speak to him at 11:30. It was earlier in the morning when he came back to Fairview.
Let's call it 9 o'clock, whatever.
Okay.
Right? Whatever. It wasn't the same chaos as my client screaming into the phone that John never came home, waking you out of a dead sleep, correct?
Correct.
But when you recounted that conversation of those...
Oh, did you see that moment when she just went, oh, wait, hold on, timeline check. She's very good at it. She, like I said, she's the mastermind behind all of this. She had to do like a quick... she checked her memory as to the timeline just for a second. She's very good at doing that, only staring dead ahead. But for a split second, she had to actually go back and search her lies. Because if she was going to her memory, it's usually the top right. For those of you who have studied this, like myself, you know what I'm talking about. When you check your emotions, I believe it's the bottom right, and feelings about something. when you're checking in about your internal mechanisms, it's the bottom left, memories are top right, and fabrications are top left. That's like 98% of people. So by virtue of her going like, what was the lie that I made up for this one? It's usually you go to the left. To the right, it's memories. So anytime you see her going like this, I know the screen is flipped, but I am looking to my top left here. So let me just display, okay? Checking on internal mechanisms, checking on feelings, checking on memories, checking on fabrications, lies, and machinations. That's it. Top left, top right, bottom left, and staring dead ahead. Some people are very good. They can do it staring dead ahead. If you've been practicing lying your entire life and you're a master manipulator and a master liar like Jennifer is, she can do all of that without using her eyes. I've seen it. It's a master narcissist. It's someone who has just mastered the art of deception. She does not know what the truth is if it hit her straight in the face. So it's funny. I caught that one tiny little moment. It was a fraction of a second. She was blinking real hard trying to hide it, but she had to go there because she couldn't remember what it was. It's just one little piece that was missing and she had to search for it. It's fascinating. Human psychology is absolutely fascinating to me.
To Sergeant Lank, you didn't say a thing about Miss Reed saying that there had been an argument, did you?
I'm saying I don't remember the specifics of my conversation with Officer Lank. I'm also saying that I was woken up out of a dead sleep. Karen showed up at my house screaming. I went out to help her look for John. And then we found one of my closest friends on the front lawn.
Again,
and
that's not the answer to the question. She's script narrative script. Back to my narrative. I have a script. I need to say this. This is very important. And look how she's looking dead at the jury. I am telling the truth. You believe me, right?
She was saying crazy things and acting crazy and
Ms.
acting
McCabe, that's not my
erratic.
question.
And so every
Ms. McCabe,
police
that
officer
is not
that
my
I
question.
spoke to,
Let her finish.
every police officer that I spoke to, I tried to answer their questions the best I could. It took me hours and in some cases days to remember all the things that Miss Reed had
did it
said
again.
in my mind. I was in a state of shock. But
Did you
the minute
see
I
it?
remembered, she
Wait a
said
second.
I hit him.
Wait a
I had,
second.
in some cases days to remember all the
Did you see it? For a fraction of a second, when she said the word remember, her eyes went here, and then they quickly flipped to here because her memory and her lies are intertwined. There's the evidence. I did not know that was coming.
Every police officer that I spoke to, I tried to answer their questions the best I could. It took me hours and in some cases days to remember all the things that Miss Reed had said. My mind, I was in a state of shock. But the minute I remembered, she said, I hit him.
Did you see it? From memory, I was in a state of shock. I think the hand gesture also is meaningful, although I cannot decipher it. It's too complicated, even for my taste. But there is something there too. There is something there as well to be said. Maybe the behavior panel can help us out. Eric Hunley, maybe you can give us a little bit of insight. Anyway, I'm done beating this dead horse. Let's keep moving.
I hit him. I called Officer Lank.
And your memory's getting better, even as we sit here today, correct?
There are certain things I will never forget, Mr. Jackson.
Including the fact that you never, ever, ever said, she said the words I hit him to a grand jury when you were asked about it 3 months after the incident, correct?
She said, I hit him.
That's not the question.
That to the grand jury.
I don't remember specifically that every grand jury and everything I said. but I can
Every grand jury. How many grand juries have you been in front of, Ms. McCabe? One. You've been in front of one grand jury and one petted jury. April and May 25, you're in front of a second petted jury. P-E-T-I-T. That's another legal term. A grand jury is the one that indicts. A petted jury is the one that convicts or acquits, for those of you interested in the law.
tell you with 100% accuracy, she screamed, I hit him.
You never said that to the grand jurors.
I don't recall if I
You were
did.
there to get the truth.
The answer is no.
The truth is, she said, I hit him.
You were asked that specific question at the grand jury. What did she say at the scene in front of the female EMT? And you know what your answer was? You do, because you just read it.
I wasn't asked what she was said
What
at the
was
scene.
the answer to that question?
I'm objecting.
The objection sustained. Ask one more clear question, Mr. Jackson.
What was the answer?
He's getting angry. Jackson is getting angry, and rightfully so. We're about to hit the pinnacle. Let's see if he's got Jennifer on the ropes. He's got her by the throat, and he's squeezing hard. Her eyeballs are popping out of her skull. That's how hard Jackson is squeezing. Can Jackson deliver? Don't forget to subscribe. Let's see it. This is it, folks. This is the moment.
In answer to the question about what was said by Miss Reed to the EMT, the female EMT at the scene, what did you say she said?
I don't know if I was asked specifically what she said to a female EMT.
All right, we're going to end this now.
Oh! Son of a gun! Wait, is Bev rescuing her? Are you kidding me?
I can't end it like this.
No.
Okay, jurors, ignore the comments of counsel. Ask one question, Mr. Jackson.
You said that she said, could I have hit him?
Look at her face. She feels so defeated. She's like, the judge is rescuing me. Nope. Jackson's like, I am not letting go, Your Honor. I have one. Yes, I need to keep going. I cannot let it go like this. This is abhorrent. This is abhorrent, Auntie Bev. I am angry for Jackson, for you to behave like this. Who does that? He is getting to the heart of the issue because Jennifer McCabe is a lying sack of crap who is helping cover up the murder of John O'Keefe, Boston police officer John O'Keefe. And Auntie Bev is like, no, enough questions. We're done with this witness. And Jackson's like, no, we are not done with this witness. Let me watch this again, because I am livid right now.
Say she said.
I don't know if I was asked specifically what she said to a female EMT.
All right, we're going to end this now.
Your Honor, may I have one more question?
Go ahead.
I can't end it like this. You said
Okay,
she
jurors,
said-
ignore the comments of counsel. Ask one question, Mr. Jackson.
You said that she said, could I have hit him? Did I hit him in the presence of the female EMT? That's what you testified to under oath at the grand jury, isn't it?
Yes, because she also said
Yes,
that.
yes. That's it. That's all we need to know. Wow. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm sorry, you guys. It's like I was there with Jackson in the courtroom. I felt it. I was there with him. Jennifer McCabe is falling apart before our very eyes, folks. And there is a lot more where that came from. We are not done with this monster of a woman. I can't call her a woman. She is a monster. She is a mastermind behind the cover-up of John O'Keefe's murder. And she's trying to hide behind a veil, and it's not going to work. The lies will be exposed. And Jackson, Yannetti, Little, and Alessi are going to make sure it gets exposed. So let's keep going with this, folks. I have another video premiering today at 7 p.m. Eastern, and then tomorrow are going to be 2 more Jennifer McCabe videos, 4 p.m. Eastern and 7 p.m. Eastern. Every day, mark your calendars. 1, 4, and 7. 1, 4, 7. 1, 4, 7. 1, 4, 7. 1 p.m. short, 4 p.m. new video, 7 p.m. either new or old video, depending on the day. On the weekends, it's probably going to be new. On weekdays, it's going to be new old, meaning from trial number 1. Okay? So mark your calendars. We're going to keep this train going. I love you all. I hope you learned something. And whew, folks, I lost my cool there. Jackson was in the right, and Auntie Bev was just trying to shut him up every time, right when he gets to the good stuff, right on the precipice. Every time he's like, I'm about to crack her open, Bev's like, up. No cracking of skulls. I gotta protect my peoples. Shut up, Jackson. Stop talking, Jackson. We're done here, Jackson. Even Jackson had to say, I cannot end it like this. Jurors, please disregard side comments of counsel because I need my benzos and I cannot handle. I already lost respect for this woman eons ago. This judge belongs in jail for her crimes against Karen Reed and her team. I've said it. It is now public information. And on that note, I'm going to leave you. Bye, everybody.